children, it's time for your favorite program, the Continental Kiddies Show, where learning and entertainment is fun. It's me again, Auntie Tolu. You're welcome on board.
Who invented that? The microphone. Do you know you are able to hear my voice now because it has been recorded by a microphone? Or that every time you hear someone's voice over the radio or television, they are speaking to you through a microphone? Well, that's the amazing device responsible for capturing the voice of people from far and near to bring it to you. The microphone uses the vibrations in the air created when a person speaks to move a metallic coil inside a magnet to create electrical impulses that are then either recorded on a separate device or transmitted through the air to various parts of the world. The first ever microphone was created by using a stretched wire attached to the end of two cups. David Edward Hughes invented the carbon microphone in the 1870s, and even though it wasn't the best yet, it was used in other inventions like the telephone. While the first microphone that enabled proper voice telephony was the loose contact carbon microphone developed by David Edward Hughes in England, as well as Emile Berliner and Thomas Edison in the United States. All these inventors worked to create the microphone, but it was Thomas Edison, a serial inventor who has over 3,000 inventions to his name, is the one who finally invented the best one and was granted the patent in 1877. His microphone was used in the first ever radio broadcast at the New York Metropolitan Opera House in 1910. Over the years, more and more inventors worked on the microphone, making better and better and better and better. And well, you get it. If you can hear my voice now, give a salute to Thomas Edison and all the great inventors that worked so hard to bring my voice to your ears. Isn't it time to invent something? It's up to you. Go create.
It's time for Let's Draw with Mr. Guy, but before then, Uncle Craig will be on hand to take us through our Spell It segment. We'll be right back.
Hello, I am Mr. Craig. A great number of our children can be spectacularly good when it comes to spelling. So, over the next few minutes, I am going to pick the brains of two spellers on the Spell It segment of the Continental Kiddies Show today. And they are Tolu Adewale Bello from Goodvine Nursery and Primary School. Tolu is 6 years old and Tolu likes watching movies. And Afikun Akirodoye. Afikun is 8 years old. She's from Treasured Jewel School and Afikun likes reading. But before we start, it's pivotal for you to know that our spellers here have not seen the words I'm going to ask them to spell. Let's get cracking, shall we? Your word, Adewale, is ruler.
R-U-L-E-R.
That's correct. African, your word is chalk.
Chalk. C-A-L-K. Chalk.
I beg your pardon?
C-H-A-L-K. Chalk.
That's absolutely correct. Adewale, your word is pencil.
P-E-N-C-I-L.
That's correct. African, your word is eraser.
Eraser. E-R-A-S-E-R.
That's correct. Adewale, your word means fairly or to a small extent. The word is pronounced as quite.
Q-U-I-E-T.
Are you sure about that? Quite.
Yes, I'm sure.
You're sure? You know what? You're not correct. Sorry. African, Quite.
Quite.
That's correct. Afiku, your word was first used, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, in 1573. It means not making noise. The word is quiet.
Quiet. Q-U-I-E-T. Quiet.
Is that the correct spelling of quiet, do you think? You sure about that? Is that your final answer? You know what? You're correct. Adewale, your word is careful.
C-A-R-E-F-U-L.
Adewale, you know what? You're absolutely correct. Afiku, your word is identity.
Identity. I-D-E-N-T-I-T-Y. Identity.
That's correct. Right, we've come to the final phase of this engagement. Adewale, your word is a verb. And according to the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary of Current English, it means to make somebody feel shy or ashamed. The word is embarrass. Embarrass.
E-M-B-A-R-R-A-S-E-D.
Are you sure about that? Is that the correct spelling of the word embarrass?
Yes, I'm sure.
I'm sorry, you're not correct, Adewale. Afiku, embarrass.
E-M-B-A-R-R-A-S-S. Embarrass.
Well, you're absolutely correct. Afiku, your word was first used in the 18th century. The word is defined according to the Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English as to make somebody feel unhappy because something they hoped for did not happen. The word is disappoint.
D-I-S-A-P-P-O-I-N-T-E-D. Disappoint.
Oh, well. This is very, very interesting. I think you spelled the word disappointed. Disappoint is spelled as D-I-S-A-P-P-O-I-N-T. Disappoint. I have to say that I'm greatly impressed with the performance of our spellers today. The result before me is absolutely stunning. Tolu Adewale Bello from Goodvine Nursery and Primary School got a total of 15 points, while Afikun Akirodoye from Treasured Jewel School got a whopping 24 points. The apparent winner is Afikun Akirodoye. Many congratulations to you, okay? I want both of you to shake hands in the spirit of sportsmanship. Well done. Good. Thank you very kindly. All right. Thank you very kindly for making us a part of your day. Until we see next time, it's goodbye.
Oh, hi there, everyone. You're welcome. My name is Guy. You're still on the Continental Kiddies Show, okay? I got with me in the studios.
Tofe.
And?
David.
Now, we draw. We draw every day. We like to draw. We love to draw. And we draw everywhere and everything that we can. Okay, now today we're doing something interesting, something really good. Unless, of course, you don't like cracked eggs. But we're drawing cracked egg with the eggs running out and the yolk and white all over the surface. Nobody likes cracked eggs unless you're frying it and cooking it and eating it with bread. But today we're just drawing it, okay? So get your papers, get your pencils. You have everything you need. Do you have everything you need?
Yes.
Your papers?
Yes.
Your pencils? Okay? Let's draw. It really breaks my heart that we have to break this egg, but we have to draw something. So it starts with a C, right? Start with a C. That's the letter C. Now you don't finish it, right? But then we have to crack up the C a little bit by drawing zigzag lines on the edges to join the two ends of the C. And then on the other side, to complete the broken egg, you have more zigzag lines. But don't finish it, don't let it end, because the egg has to run out of the cracked shell, right? So we draw the running egg out. It's more like drawing several circles but never finishing one. So you go one circle but you don't finish it, another one, 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 you don't finish it. So it's like several overs linked together, right? Now it's all over and running. Now you need the yolk, that's the yellow part, right? So we have a small oval. Remember, it has to be an oval because it's lying flat on the floor, not a circle, just an oval, right? And then once you have that, you need the yolk to shine, so you draw a little glint on it. Just a small oval to glint it out and make it bright. Now, just so we know that it's an egg that's broken here, let's draw another egg in the background, shall we? Let's do that. So we have another oval of an egg lying on the side, totally unbroken. This one is still whole, so for those who are crying about the cracked egg, we have one other one that's not cracked, okay? So with that, let's make the other egg shine. Put a glint on that one, a little bit. Now if you want, you can actually add some shadings to this by darkening the inside of the egg. So we can do this. Just draw lines to show the inside of the cracked egg. And with that, you're done. You have your egg nicely cracked and spilled on the table. So, kids, does your egg look like this, all cracked? It does? I'm sure it's better than this. I'm very, very sure. Look at what they did. Nice, right? Okay, now remember, you've got to keep practicing. You never get better unless you practice. So draw, draw, draw all the time as much as you can, all right? And then we'll see you next time.
Hello, children. Hello, my wonderful, beautiful, lovely children.
Hello, Big Daddy.
Yes, I'm happy to see you as always. Now, today, I'm going to tell you a story, and the title is Folashade the Medicine Girl. What's the title? Folashade the Medicine Girl. Yes. Once upon a time, there was a girl whose name, who was called Folashade. Yes, Folashade was very beautiful, and she lived with her mother and her stepfather, whose name was Yomi. What's the name of the stepfather?
Yomi.
Yes, but this Yomi was a very wicked man. Very wicked, selfish, and lazy. Oh my God. You know, each time Folashade's mother was not in the house, either she went to the farm or went to the market, this Yomi she must have one reason or the other to punish this girl, Folashade. He would punish her, he would maltreat her, there was nothing he would not do to just deal with her. And Folashade would cry and cry and cry and cry. Well, now, something happened. There was on a particular occasion, his money was missing. And he suspected that it must be Folashade that stole his money. So he accused her publicly. Where's my money? Where's my money? And the girl said, no, Daddy, oh, Father, I did not steal your money. I did not. Oh, you are denying. I will kill you today. He beat and beat the girl to the point that the girl could not walk, and she was crying. She was crying. But she could not report to anybody. She could not even report to her mother because of the fear of getting more beatings. Oh my God. Instead, she would take care of the house. She would mop the floor. She would tidy up the room and go into a small path in the bush and she would start to cry. She would cry and feel dejected. And she said to herself, well, life continues. But something, Folashade was a lovely girl, like I told you. Her mother fell ill and died. That was a year after. When she died, do you know what this wicked stepfather did? He sent Folashade out of the house. After all, your mother is dead. What are you doing in my house? Will you get out of here? And Folashade begged and begged, please don't push me out. I don't have a mother. Who are you arguing with? Get out of my house, I tell you. Folashade quietly went out, but she was crying. She was not satisfied with that decision. Well, and she looked at the stepfather face to face and said, you are sending me out of your house. But remember that one day you may need my help. And let us see whether I am going to answer you. Let us see whether I'm going to answer you. And then she left. And everybody came to the compound and said, where is Folashade? Where is Folashade? You know what the stepfather said? He said, Folashade was so stubborn. I don't know where she went. She just suddenly disappeared and she ran out of the house. But nobody believed him because they knew that that man was a wicked stepfather. Well, Folashade's case was forgotten for a very long time. Do you know, Folashade knew a lot about plants. She could put all kinds of plants together. She would put leaves and grass and roots and plants together to make medicine. And she would cure people who had one kind of illness or disease or the other. She was so good at it. And the king of that village fell ill. And nobody could cure the king. So everybody ran helter-skelter. The kingdom was thrown into confusion. All medicine men and women came. They brought their concoction. They brought their medicine. But nobody was able to cure the king. What are we going to do now? Oh, and the king's name was Adedeji. So one day, one beautiful lady walked into the palace with a calabash covered. And she said, I want to see the king. And the guards and the king's attendants and the advisors looked at her. You want to see the king? Who are you, by the way? Well, she didn't say anything. She just brought the calabash out like this and said, well, I want to see the king. Well, because they knew that they had a problem, they allowed her to enter. She went straight to the king. And they woke the king who was ill. They woke him up. And she said to the king, well, here is a medicine for you. Could you drink part of it? The king drank part of it and went to sleep. 3 days later, when the king woke up, he was strong, he was healthy, and he was cured of his ailment. But something happened. The lady disappeared. Nobody knew where she came from. And when the king woke up and he asked, where did this lady come from? Nobody told me what's her name. And I'm not happy with you, my advisors. I'm very angry with you. I can sack you for what you have done. Everybody started to run helter-skelter to look for this beautiful lady who cured the king. So what happened? The king went to the forest one day to hunt. And one of the servants sighted a beautiful girl. And when they sighted her, she was coming out from a small hut. And the servant shouted, oh, this is the lady that came to cure the king. I know her. I know her. And the king was so happy. He stepped down from his horse and said, bring the lady to me. And the king shook her hand. Thank you very much for saving my life. You have been such a wonderful lady. I am not just going to thank you, but I will do more than thanking you. You know, I want you to marry me. Will you marry me? Folashade was ready to marry the king. They got married. And Folashade became the queen of the land. But she did not leave the talent that she had for medicine. She was still going to the forest to pick all kinds of leaves to put medicine together. And everybody who had a problem would come to her to cure her. This girl was such a very talented medicine girl. But something happened. there was an old man. One of the servants came to tell the queen, that's Folashade, to say an old man was very sick and he needed help. Well, what did Folashade do? She went straight to the man's house with her maids and 2 guards. When they got to the what do you call it? To the man's house, Folashade brought out medicine pot and brought out cooking pot and told her servants to cook for the man and also boil some plants so that the man would take the medicine. They cooked for him. They brought out the plants and they boiled the plants and the medicine, and the man felt very strong and was healed of his ailment, and he became strong. When Folashade saw this man, he looked at him. And said, this must be my stepfather. And when even the stepfather saw her, he knew that it was Folashade that he has been maltreating. But she went ahead to help him. She even told the servant to say, look, I want you to come here every time to take care of this man, bring food, bring medicine, make sure that the man is cured completely. The king was so happy that Folashade did not, because the stepfather had been wicked to her, for that reason that she would now maltreat the man. In other words, Folashade was kind. He was so nice to the man. And the king was happy that, oh, I have a lovely wife, my queen. From now on, I will continue to even respect you more for forgiving your stepfather, for forgiving your children. From that point on, Folashade became more celebrated. She became more popular for her kindness, for understanding, for her love, for the care that she had for people in the village, including her wicked stepfather. Exactly. Now, I know that some of you must have learned one lesson or the other from the story that we have told. Is anybody ready to tell me? Yes, what have we learned? No, let me listen to her first. What's your name? Chika. What have you learned from this lesson? We should always forgive one another. Does anybody have any other message or meaning, reason?
I learned that you should always appreciate what you have.
Okay.
Because you don't know what it might help you with in the future.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Does anybody have any other? Yes?
Not to be wicked.
I can't hear you.
We should not be wicked but helpful.
We should not be wicked but helpful. Yes? Does anybody have any other thing? It's good to forgive and forget. Yes, my friend, what's your name? Mofeolua, yes. Do you have any...
Even though someone always offends you, you should still be nice to that person.
You should still be nice to that person. That's a good virtue. You should not be wicked. You should be nice to people. That's a lesson. You want to add something?
And if the people are your enemies, you should still care for them.
You should still care for them. That's a lovely one. Can we put our hands together for all of us? Look, this is why I love you children. You say, I love you. I love you because, one, you are intelligent, you are brilliant, you understand the stories. Because all the stories that we tell you teach one moral lesson or the other. I love you. And so this is how we will leave it today, children. Those of you who are watching us at home. Until next week when we come your way, here is a story time on Continental Kiddie Show with the Big
Daddy!
How they're made. Glass. The glass. Whether you're seeing through an eyeglass, using it as a cup to drink, as a window pane or mirrors to look through, glass is everywhere you look. On your phone, on your television, cars, the bookshelf, and even as window artworks. It is everywhere. Ever wonder how it's made? Let's find out. Glass is made from a mixture of ingredients. The most important of them is sand. Yes, surprised? Yes, sand. Silica is the main ingredient in glass and is gotten from a type of sand called silica sand. Other ingredients used in making glass are sodium carbonate, commonly called washing soda, calcium oxide, and oxides of magnesium and or aluminium. These other ingredients usually make up about 30% of the glass itself. Other compounds like lead oxide, copper oxide, iron, and sulfur are added to give the glass color and extra sparkle. The silica sand and the other ingredients are placed inside a high temperature container called a crucible. The crucible is heated by a gas fire and it heats the mixture of ingredients up to 2,500 degrees Celsius. That is very, very, very hot. The coloring ingredients are then added to the heated mixture. At this temperature, the ingredients all melt together to form a hot liquid. This mixture is stirred to remove air bubbles, which may reduce the quality of the glass and damage it. While it is still in liquid form, glass can be blown by specially trained people using pipes and tubes to create decorative vases and containers. It can also be poured into specially made molds to make bottles, television screens, cups, and more. The liquid glass is also poured out into flattening rollers that makes it into sheets of glass. This is passed through a cooling chamber to further cool it down. These sheets are taken to various factories where they are made into a variety of products for you and me to get and use. Well then, that's the glass. Now you know how it's made.
Children, remember, if you read a book, it can take you places you haven't seen before. So I'll see you again, same time, same station next week. Bye.